Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is March 12th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. Now, I may hold positions, some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, don't forget, like and subscribe to my videos. Really trying to grow that user base, so I appreciate that. If you haven't seen them yet, I have my state of the market video, talks about market health. Not so good right now. Also, I saw the long view video, which is weekly charts and using ETFs. And I decided to break that part out as a separate one, really made for people that are, working full time, maybe can't trade in and out of the market as fast as individual names may require, or you just watch the market as closely as what may be needed. So check that out. It's called the long view. It's on my YouTube page. And I think that it's pretty good. And a lot of these names came from that. And I just drilled it all the way down to individual names where my stocks to watch video is from. Okay. Like I said, SPX looks pretty gnarly right now. It's just got this head and shoulders top. It's trying to break down from this area. If it does, I think there's gonna be another 10-15%, to the downside. If it breaks down, right? We don't know. But what is holding up? That's what this video is about. So let's get to it. 23 names total. I could have put more in here, but I really just tried to distill some of the better looking names. Oxy being one of them. Again, great volume. I know Uncle Warren is now involved in this particular name. But now it's just kind of flagging out here, given time for the moving averages to catch up. And so it looks pretty good up this way, Oxy. And remember, if Warren Buffett is buying, he's not going to sell it a week later or 2 weeks later, which means that the chance of the downside risk, I think, is kind of diminished a little bit when somebody like that buys large quantities of a stock. Anyway, that's Oxy. AR, again, nice little flag going up here, beautiful uptrend, great accumulation volume, looks really good. APA. Again, just kind of flagging out this one, maybe a little bit looser than I typically like, just, talking out loud here, a little bit of getting a little bit loose there, but not bad, but just something to watch for in that one. RRC, broke out of this area, maybe needs a little more time going sideways, but again, nice accumulation volume going on in this particular name. P10, which is Patterson Energy or whatever, broke out again, this pretty big area right here. Great accumulation happening all month of February, and then it's kind of moved sideways, right? Kind of moved sideways. I mean, if I go to line chart, it's almost straight across. So, like the way it's consolidating right there again, and consolidating as volume dries up. All right, that's P10. HP, I talked about the double bottom breakout right over here. It worked wonderfully, and now it broke out of this area. And again, let's go to weekly chart so you can see it. Here's a bigger area, and it just broke out. With that being said, it's going sideways, letting the moving averages catch up. I like the way this is. Again, volume starting to dry up on that. Looks pretty good. HP, LBRT. This is Liberty Oilfield Services. Now, unlike many of the other ones, this one hasn't broken out yet, so maybe it's a laggard, right? Well, we don't know that for sure, but it could be. It hasn't broke out yet, so I can make the argument for that. But it has a very defined risk if it does break out. So above 1675 or so. This one would be really good. You can even make a case for maybe 1650-ish, but anywhere in here, above 17, whatever, looks really good. Again, maybe a little bit of a laggard, so be careful with that. Zim, shipping stock, again, breaking out just in this channel, moving higher. Everything's, gigantic volume coming in, looks great. That's Zim. Another shipping name, MATX, big up. Now this nice consolidation as volume kind of dries up. And then it looks like it wants to go back higher again. That's MATX, Matson, looks really good. Going to some gold miners, Newmont Mining, big move. Now it's kind of coming back into the moving averages. Lots of buyers keep showing up in this one. AEM, same thing, big move. And buyers showing up. Again, any down day is on much lower volume. Looks really good. Wheat and precious metal, WPM. Exactly the same thing. This one's even closer to its moving average, which is kind of nice. Earnings out of the way for most of these names. Know your earnings dates, of course. GFI here. Again, just strong name. I mean, the thing moved from top to bottom, 67%, right? And that's in how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Oof, that's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing. Obviously, if it keeps going, it has got a potential high-tech flag candidate, right? So GFI looks pretty good. PAAS, which is Pan American Silver. Looking at this area right here, it created this bottom, nice kind of double bottom in the big scheme of things, and now it's trying to break out. Great looking name right there. That's PAAS, and then SSRM. And again, this one is just, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Let's go to a weekly chart to see this better. We have this kind of cup and handle look to it. Again, I was on the weekly chart, cup and handle, right? Just gigantic from 2011 to 10-year cup and handle in the making, and now it's trying to break out. So really strong looking name. And zooming back in, I mean, is it extended? Yeah, maybe it is extended. I don't know. So maybe a day or two of sideways action, and then the breakout. Maybe it breaks out Monday. Who knows? But looks really, really good. Again, nothing not to like on that one. And last one in the metals and mining name, AG, First Majestic Silver Corp. Again, these are a mixture of gold and silver miners, and it's consolidating nicely. Nice little inside day right there on Friday on decreased volume. It looks like this wants to break out. Earnings out of the way, dividend coming up. Everything looks good there. Let's move on. NTR, we've talked about NTR for weeks now. Again, beautiful breakout, and it's kind of consolidating. Maybe need another few days to consolidate here, but looks really good. Again, tons of volume coming in. ADM, Archer Midlands, Archer Daniels Midland. Again, nice up. Now it's sideways move. It looks like then it wants to go up again. BTU. This is a coal name, I believe. Peabody Energy. Again, nice little kind of bottoming action. Drove it up higher, came back, retested, and now it's kind of moving higher again, right? That's exactly what we're talking about. And look at this. On the retest, what do you see with the volume, right? There you go. And then decreasing volume. There was no follow through selling at all. So looks great. Arch, again, another coal name. I was in this for a while. I think I sold it in here somewhere. But now it's gone sideways. So consider buying it again, right? I didn't know if it was going to retrace all the way back down here or what was going to happen, but it's moving sideways. Moving averages are catching up. Looks pretty good. And John Deere, DE. When you look at this, just kind of a sideways range kind of ish, kind of choppy in there. But if it can start to break out above, call it 400, it gets above 400, it's a great place to manage risk, right? Wherever it is. Great place to manage risk. Looks really good. Moving on, a couple steel names. Nucor looks real good right there. Broke out, came back, retest, moving higher. Textbook awesomeness. Cleveland Cliffs looks really good. Again, and there's other names, but again, just kind of came up here, obviously got rejected as we would expect. Anybody that buys up here is probably foolish after a run from 17 to 27, right? So who's buying this breakout? Think about it, man. It moved 57%, and now I think I'm going to start to get involved with it. No, wait for it to come back, hit the moving averages, turn around, boom, boom, boom. Now, if it breaks out, well, now we have actually a place to manage risk against, and I can make an argument that, hey, from the top to the bottom, it retraced. 16%. Okay. And now it found buyers and created a floor, and now we can move higher, manage risk, versus moving averages or whatever. Anyway, so there's a good sampling, 23 names. There's more gold miners that look great. There's some more steel names that look good. There's tons of oil names and gas and oil names that look pretty good. But again, these were the ones that really jumped out at me, so I wanted to share them with you. Top 6, right? So I usually do top 5. I added an extra one because there was a few that I really, really liked. Oxy, I think, that's a beautiful look to it. Now it's just moving sideways. Uncle Warren's got your back. Looks pretty good. Second one in this group is Patterson Energy. When you really look at it on a weekly, you could see how this was a big deal. And then on the daily, it's just moving sideways on that decreasing volume that we want to see so often. If I can get my arrow right, there we go. Right. So the decreasing volume, sideways movement, that's perfect, right? Textbook. MATX shipper went up big, came back, found support, and now it's trying to make the turn. If it loses, 104, I'd be out, or maybe you put it down here at 102, whatever your risk is, right? Whatever you're comfortable with, but it looks really good. Newmont Mining, gold miner. Gold miners are really hot right now. Love this up. Now the sideways movement. Again, no sellers to be seen. Looks awesome. BTU, the coal name, big up, came back retest. Love that. And then now it's moving sideways. Again, set up nice. And again, decrease in volume, right? That's BTU. And last one is Cleveland Cliffs. Nice looking name right here. Again, has this kind of, I don't know, this is a bottom, whatever you want to call this. Probably may need a day or two more, maybe not, I don't know. Looks really good. Again, as it consolidates, a lot of these names, people aren't selling. So we like that a lot. All right, so 23 names. They're my top 6 stood out there. There's other names out there too. If you haven't seen it, the long view, most of these names all came from me looking at what ETFs are holding up the best in this market. And maybe if you're considering longer term holds, or maybe you can't trade in and out as fast, check out that video. It's, again, I just started it last week, and I think that you'll really like it. And stocks to watch. Obviously, this video is I appreciate you watching it. And State of the Market, if you want to know my opinion on how close we are to a bottom and where some things that I'm watching that we signify bottoms, that's the video for you. Again, all on my YouTube channel. You find me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. My YouTube is linked there at the top of my my homepage, or whatever you want to call that. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.